2NURFM News for our sponsor Guardian Jewellery, Toronto Town Square and the Esplanade, Warners Bay.
It's 1 o'clock. Good afternoon. I'm Jacob Dunstan with 2NURFM Hunter News. Hunter residents have welcomed the decision made by Newcastle City Council last night to not go ahead with a rezoning of land at Fletcher. Locals have been lobbying for years to keep the green corridor in place at 505 Minmi Road, as it is the last piece of land between the state-owned national parks. Wallsend MP Sonia Hornery says if the rezoning had gone ahead, it would have meant wall-to-wall housing from Wallsend to Minmi.
If the land had been developed, it would have been one less large strip of land for our environment. It would have meant that the area in the long term is less attractive, and it would have taken away that important link for our flora and fauna.
Both Newcastle and Lake Macquarie councils have voted against the privatisation of the transport system, deciding to keep it in the public sector. The proposal from the state government included the privatisation of buses, which has caused cries of outrage from both Labor and Green MPs. Hunter Union Secretary Daniel Wallace says privatisation will lower the quality of our public transport system.
We know from examples in Sydney that bus drivers are pushed to miss stops to keep timetables. Local bus drivers understand core business is to get people from A to B, and they provide a public service. Private, it's about profit.
Businesses and communities throughout the Hunter are set to benefit from the Australian Government's new innovation and science agenda. The agenda included a range of initiatives, including the Entrepreneurs Program, Industry Growth Centres Initiative and the Rural R&D System. Federal Member for Patterson, Bob Baldwin, says the announcement presents a range of opportunities across the community.
This innovation agenda is designed to create jobs for the long term, to make sure that we position our nation on an international basis as being truly competitive.
Hunter MPs are applauding the announcement from the Federal Labor Party, who plan to provide an additional $2 million a year to peak disability advocacy organisations. The funding will fall in line with the National Disability Insurance Scheme, giving the disabled more choice and control over their lives. Charlton MP Pat Conroy says the funding will greatly benefit the region.
We're one of the NDIS trial regions. We've got a great cluster of disability organisations up here doing really good work. So it'll complement what's already happening, but it will have an impact, and it really will magnify the impact of the NDIS, for example, and make sure that people get the assistance that not only they should expect, but that they're entitled to.
In finance, the All Ords is down 8.6 points at 51.49, and $1 Australian dollar is buying 72.29 US cents.
Sport, thanks to our sponsor, Warners Bay Sports Club.
Jets winger David Carney could add another international stint to his career as a Qatari club in the Middle East looks to snare him. It's said the unnamed club will be willing to pay a transfer fee during a brief window in January, though coach Scott Miller will likely want to retain the star. The 32-year-old is well-travelled, having previously played for England, Uzbekistan, Spain and the US. Hamilton coach Michael Bulch is hoping Daniel Bird could be the key to a new premiership. The forward joined Hamilton this week after 100 games and 5 years with Charlestown. He says after a tough season, he's looking for a change. Hunter Hurricanes coach Al Caldwell is hoping to get star player Gordon Marshall on the squad after his back-to-back NCAA wins. It'll be a much-needed boost for the Hurricanes as they continue their National Water Polo League season next year. And Newcastle basketball legend Katie Ebsbury is one step closer to her Rio dreams, qualifying for the Olympic test event this week. The trials commence January 15, and it's great news for the 25-year-old who made her Opals debut back in August. 2NURFM News Time is 1:04.
Okay, Rachel, I've contacted all the family and